So, last time we talked about Easter Sunday, Jesus had risen. The tomb was empty. The women went to tell the disciples. The disciples were scared and confused. They didn't understand at first, but some of them had seen him, and their lives were changed forever. But here's something you might not know. Not everyone believed right away. There was one disciple. His name was Thomas. And for some reason, he wasn't there when Jesus Christ first appeared. We don't know why. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe he was busy. Maybe he just missed it. But because he wasn't there, he didn't see Jesus. Now think about that for a moment. Imagine missing the most important event of your life. The people you love, the ones you trust, come running to tell you, Jesus is alive. He has risen. Would you believe it right away? Thomas didn't. John chapter 20, verses 24 to 25. Now Thomas, also known as Didymus, one of the 12, was not with the disciples when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the nail marks in his hands and put my finger where the nails were and put my hand into his side, I will not believe." Now imagine that moment. The other disciples are excited. They're saying, "We have seen the Lord." But Thomas doesn't accept it. He says, "I will not believe." That's strong. That's not just doubt. That's a decision. And maybe you understand that. Sometimes hearing from others is not enough. You want to see it yourself. You want something real. So what happens next? Does Jesus reject him? Does Jesus say, "You should have believed"? No. 1 week later, the disciples are together again. This time, Thomas is with them. Let's read from John chapter 20, verses 26. A week later, his disciples were in the house again, and Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." The doors are still locked, they are still afraid, and yet Jesus appears again. But this time, he is there for Thomas. John chapter 20, verses 27 to 29. Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here, see my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said to him, "My Lord and my God." Then Jesus told him, "Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." And that includes us. We have not seen him, but we are invited to believe. Because the story after Easter is not just about seeing, it's about believing.